Hello, fellow mutants. Welcome back to another video. And in this video, we're going to talk about the 10 great DC characters that the Arrowverse built. Now, as you guys may know, I am a fan of the Arrowverse. I don't like everything that has happened in the universe, like Batwoman, for example. But I enjoy Arrow. I did enjoy the Flash, especially like the Flash one, like it first came out. The Flash towards the end wasn't as good. Well, okay. I enjoyed Legends of Tomorrow. Um, Black Lightning could have been better, but alright. Eh. Batman was a hot mess. Um, I think Stargirl's loosely in the Arrowverse. I really enjoyed Stargirl all 3 seasons. I enjoyed Swamp Thing, and I think Titans is part of the Arrowverse as well, and I enjoyed Titans. I don't know what else is connected to the Arrowverse. But anyways, now just because I said I like some of those shows doesn't mean I think they like some of these characters Arrowverse has done justice to. So let's see which characters this article says that the Arrowverse failed. And the first one they go to is Ronnie Raymond. Appearing as early as the Flash season 1, Ronnie Raymond had once served as half of the dual consciousness that formed the hero Firestorm, got joined by Professor Stein in a freak accident regarding the Star Labs particle accelerator. Ronnie showed promise as one half of Firestorm, only to be killed off in a dramatic sacrifice. Not only did Ronnie not get enough time to shine as the face of Firestorm, but he was utterly replaced by Jefferson Jackson, who went on to make many appearances in both Flash and Legends of Tomorrow. I have to agree in terms of Ronnie Raymond didn't get as much screen time as he could. Um, and I enjoy the character. I think they could have done more with the character, but that's just me. I enjoy the character. I wish they did more with the character. They did bring him back to play an evil version of him. I think it's called Deathstorm. In I believe it was like what Flash season 3. Um, I forget if they brought him back for any other times in the series. I think they did as a phase that the Speed Force wore. But outside of that, I don't think we really saw Robbie Amell as Ronnie Raymond anymore in the Arrowverse after that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Who comes at number 9? Booster Gold. Now Booster Gold came out towards the end of Legends of Tomorrow before I got booted off. Anyways, at first Mike was simply an unassuming comedy side character in Legends of Tomorrow, but like most of the Arrowverse unpowered cast, at some point or another, Mike would turn out to be a hero himself. The Time Police member and futuristic peacekeeper Booster Gold. Unfortunately, the reveal was only made during Legends of Tomorrow's season 7 finale, and the series was cancelled before the implications of Mike as Booster Gold could be properly explored. I don't think like he was exactly like screwed over by like the Arrowverse per se. Like I don't think like the Arrowverse really failed him because Legends of Tomorrow didn't know that they were going to get canceled the next season. I think that was more so like he getting failed by the network. As cheesy as Legends of Tomorrow was, I enjoyed it, and I would have loved to have seen a season 8 were properly um, ended. But that's just me. Anyways, number 7 or 8, Batman or Batwoman. And this is like some clips of the show. Why do they have the Arkham series Batman? I like how they have the Arrowverse's Green Arrow and Flash, and then the DC James Gunn's Wonder Woman and um Batman and Wonder Woman. I think this was supposed to be Batman, right? At least in the flashbacks that we saw with the first season. Anyways, for the longest time, the Dark Knight himself was the ever-present elephant in the room of the Arrowverse, always just barely alluded to off-screen, with a throwaway mention of Gotham City as early as Arrow. When Batwoman premiered, Arrowverse fans were eager to get a look at how the CW would imagine Batman, only to be disappointed to learn that the series Batman had long been retired from from the superhero game. Considering the Arrowverse was eventually willing to present their own version of Superman with Tyler Hoechling's excellent portrayal, it's doubly upsetting that DC's most iconic hero was never seen in action. And I'll agree with that. That like I would have absolutely loved for Batman to take on the reins a little bit. Um, the closest thing we got to like a Bruce Wayne reveal was they did the Hush storyline that is started in season 2 and in season 3. Um, and the close like at least in I guess Earth 1. And we also got like Kevin Conroy as Batman, as this evil person Batman. I was happy to see Kevin Conroy doing Bruce live action Bruce Wayne because I was a long time awaited, right? But I agree, they kind of did Batman dirty in here in the Arrowverse. So this, unlike Booster Gold, I'll have to agree with. Number 6 or 7, the Pied Piper. Hartley Rathaway was primarily remembered for being a throwaway antagonist in The Flash's first season. During the series' more presidential days as a villain of the week, when the Pied Piper got the chance to reconcile with the Team Flash, the chance was ultimately wasted as the character returned to a life of crime. As the Pied Piper fully converts to the side of justice in the original comics, it's actually disappointing that Hartley didn't get his chance to shine as a true hero. I don't really know but most about the Pied Piper, so I can't really um, talk about that. The Red Tornado was something I'm familiar with. In the comics, Red Tornado isn't exactly an issue seller as a standalone hero, but works excellent as a party member or even leader of any superhero team. DC's answer to Marvel's Vision, the Aerokinetic android, only had a couple of brief appearances in the Arrowverse, first debuting in the disposable villain whose job it was to lose to Supergirl. It's bad enough to rack on Reginald into a bad guy, but downplaying his ability by depicting him as a mass manufactured cannon fodder added insult to injury. I admit, I didn't really mind the massive villain, surprisingly, but I do think the Red Tornado deserved more love than he got. Like I would have loved to have seen at very least in the Arrowverse, like Crisis on Infinite Earths. We see a red tornado coming in, joining our heroes, standing together, fighting the anti-monitor. Whether he was one of the Paragons or not, I would have loved to have seen that. So I agree. They did my boy dirty here. Anyways, Mr. Terrific. Um, in the DC comics, Mr. Terrific is almost analogous to analogous to Tony Stark, serving as one of the smartest men on the planet and powerful hero in his own right. When Arrow's cast made the additions of tech genius Curtis Holt showed signs of transforming into the gasoline vigilante, fans were excited to see Mr. Terrific unfold as a force to be reckoned with. Tragically, Holt never seemed to be able to step out of the shadows of the Green Arrow, acting as more of a supportive base subordinate to Oliver rather than a capable crime fighter in his own right. Now, another character I'm not really familiar with in the comics, um, this is what he looks like in Arrowverse, and this is what he looks like in the comics. So I can't really like say um per se that okay they got him right or wrong. Because again, I never heard of Mr. Perfect before Arrow, so that's another a character that will go past my head. So next, Hawkgirl. I heard of her from the Justice League cartoon. Anyways, for a time, Hawkgirl was part of the Justice League starting roster in pop culture, and her appearance in Legends of Tomorrow excited characters, grant fans of the promise of a return to those days. But when Kendra Saunders was introduced, she spent half of her time serving mostly as Cisco Ramon's love interest, only coming to her own as Hawkgirl later on. Even worse, she's explicitly disappeared from the cast of Legends of Tomorrow after the defeat of Thanos Savage, going criminally underused throughout the course of the series. Not to agree with that, she was criminally underused. I feel like, sure, don't have her as the main supporting cast as Legends of Tomorrow, sure, like with Hawkman, but I would have loved to have seen her make a cameo in in a few episodes here and there, even if she doesn't hawk out. You know, who wouldn't like to see her hawk out? But I would have loved to have seen her in a cameo in um Arrow or cameo in Flash or even Let's Talk Tomorrow. Actually, we saw Hawkman make a cameo in Let's Talk Tomorrow. Would have loved to see her make a return. So yeah, she was criminally underused. Anyways, the Huntress. Yeah, I agree. She wasn't used for like what 3, 4 episodes, and I feel like they could have done way better, like way more with her. Like sure, she was in jail after what she did, but maybe she got out of the jail by the time season 7 came, and maybe now this version of the Huntress is reformed and wants to help Team Arrow. Who knows? But she's underused. So yeah, Arrowverse filter. Anyways, as a crossbow-wield rogue vigilante who acts as a sort of punisher to Green Arrow's Daredevil, Huntress was a natural fit for a recurring character in Arrow. A vengeance-obsessed Helena personality made a few appearances throughout the show, but as time marched on, her presence was felt less and less. The deserving redemption arc fans yearned for forever out of reach. It seems as though the development of Huntress Returned was constantly left on the back burner due to the chronic unavailability of actress Jessica D. Grove. So it was because of the actress. Okay. But man, like, Huntress was a douche. I would have loved to have seen her getting redeemed. That's like one character I would have loved to see getting redeemed, anyways. And with the whole, like, and two, it's not like they didn't recast before. Like, they literally keep it into simply Arrow. They recasted Sarah Lance. Season 1, Season 2. They seriously recasted Sarah Lance. So they could have easily recasted the Huntress, in my humble opinion. So at number 2 spot is Wally West. I see what they did, okay. Which I have to agree, he was extremely underused once he got his powers. Before, okay, I can understand the screen time he had, but like, after Wally West got his powers, yeah, he was severely underused. Anyways, as Kid Flash, Wally West got a healthy amount of screen time in the Arrowverse, learning from Barry as an intrepid sidekick and qualified hero in his own right. Though many fans anticipate Wally's deserved acceptance of the Flash's proper title, as he held in the comics CW. In the comics, CW, the Flash strangely chose to peter out Wally's story on an unsatisfying leave of absence. The young hero departing to travel the world in order to deepen his connection to the Speed Force. Considering Wally once finds himself surpassing even Barry's connection to the Speed Force in the comics, it's a shame that the plotline never went anywhere significant. And sure, we saw him in the final season, like what, 2 episodes? Like, man, like I feel like he kind of could have been used more. Is my opinion. I could have definitely been used more. Um, that's always been one of my frustrations with Wally West after he got his powers. It's like, why didn't they use him more? I would have loved to have seen him use his powers more, like be in the show more. I don't know. I don't know. And maybe that's the actor didn't want to come back at like wasn't available or didn't want to come back all the times. I don't know, but it's frustrating. What's the first one? Arsenal. Roy Harper was introduced early on in Arrow, quickly becoming the Crimson Archer Arsenal, similar to his comics counterpart. Unlike DC's source material, however, the Arrowverse Arsenal never managed to prove himself outside of Oliver's influence. Much like Mr. Terrific, Arsenal goes on to become a capable solo hero into the comics. But Arrow never let Arsenal truly spread his wings. While most of the character's later absence can be attributed to actors coding his very valid personal choices to constantly step away from the role, there's no denying that what showings Arsenal did get in the Arrowverse was disappointing. I feel like when Oliver was gone, when everyone thought he was dead, after um he was his duel with Rachel Cool, I feel like Arsenal could like we could have had like a tad bit more screen time with Arsenal, just a tad, because I think like that would have been a really beautiful time for him to shine. but we didn't. So I agree with Arsenal, Kid Flash, Huntress, Hawkgirl. No opinion of Mr. Terrific, but agree with Richard Nato. No opinion with the Pied Piper, but agree with Batman. Partially agree with Booster Gold. I'll say again, I don't blame the Arrowverse for us not fully seeing what Booster Gold could have been made, like could have done. It's from other studios, anyways. I'm running right now. I agree. So I do, for the most part, agree with the article. Um, I'm trying to think of if there's any characters I would personally put up on there. Um, because I feel like if you're gonna put Booster Gold on there, you could easily say Mia Queen as the Green Arrow. There's an argument to be had if you're gonna put Booster Gold on there. Gotta put Mia. There is a good argument that's saying gotta put Mia Queen in there as Green Arrow. Um, I think Tommy could be one of those characters because he was a good character. He died in season one, was brought back twice, I want to say, in the Crisis on Earth X as that version's Prometheus, and then another time, towards the end of no, three times. Then the second time when Oliver goes to Earth 2 in season 8 of Arrow, and then after the whole crisis event happens, and they attend to Oliver's funeral, Tommy's there at least three times. And if you don't count like the two times Tommy was hallucination, making it five. So I think Tommy like I think like Tommy's kind of that wild card because you can say that they use him the right amount, but at the same time not enough. I enjoyed Tommy. He was my favorite side character of Arrow season one. Anyways, what do you guys think about this article? Let me know in the comment section down below. Love you guys. One over day. Be kind of one other. I'll talk to you, fellow mutants.